Morning guys, welcome back to another day. Got up late today. 5 o'clock this morning I was editing until. So yeah, I should have been out of the room an hour ago. Look, still a mess. But I had a bit of an issue with my hotel. I booked one, got there, it was a shithole. Hang on, let me make sure that I get locked in. Yeah. Look at this helipad over there. Full on helipad. It is kind of a rough place, but the first hotel I had to abandon it. I had a very bad language barrier. The geezer is trying to tell me 1 month for my refund. Taking the piss, mate. But yeah, got there, the Wi-Fi, I had 1 bar of signal. I says, internet no good. You know, I had to Google Translate and everything. It was taking the piss. And he says, I've got to reset the router. And he's banging the router and that. And the room smelt damp, mouldy. It was a Premier. So, never use Premier. Obviously not Premier in, like, they're mint. The Premier's like abroad and that. This is a B&B. But look at this, there's even an upstairs, mate. Like a mezzanine floor, bathroom's alright. I'll put a video in of the other hotel. But yeah, dreadful, mate. Gonna pack up and we'll be on the road. Subscribe. Respect. Top things off, guys, I've only gone and lost a trainer. Fucking, I ain't got a clue how. I've literally got 1 trainer. Hopefully it's in the boot, it might have fell out somehow, I don't know. But yeah, it's sort of packed up, man, I'm ready to go. The cleaner's alright, you know, out there. Might ask her for a blowy, €10 or something. Bonjour. Welcome back to the channel. We are currently at the Batterie Todt museum. This is the huge bunker with the big flak gun. What I thought we was coming to see yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it down to the D-Day beaches on this journey because it's just way too far. I didn't plan it correctly. So we're here today, and then we're going to be heading to Dunkirk, possibly tomorrow. I can't really travel too far. My car isn't in the best condition, unfortunately. But yeah, the other side of here is a huge gun. Hopefully we can get inside. Just going to get paid in. I think it's about €8-9 a ticket, which ain't too bad at all. There's one of the huge guns there. Military officer here, look. Gendarmerie. So I'm going to get my ticket and I will bring you back. Well guys, we are in. €8.90, which is fantastic. Old propeller there. British remains bomber propeller, Wellington, used between 1939 and 43. Found in the area in 1995. It's a wooden propeller. Thought it would have been aluminium, to be honest. Yeah. I believe these was like little guard towers. I think you'd have an officer in a chair, a sentry box for sentinel, basically a lookout geezer, right? Built by the Germans, reinforced. They used to use plywood. They'd make a box shape out of plywood and pour the concrete in, a bit like how we do shuttering today on the motorway bridges and stuff. A flak 88. I believe that's position where it would have been originally, because the base and everything, it's bolted down. Yeah, flak 88. Again, guys, pause and read any of this. I'll give you a minute to chance to pause it. 88mm anti-aircraft gun used by the German coastal artillery. Would have been taking out all our planes. Sadly. Look at this. I believe this would have been in that fortress we was in yesterday. It's on the train rails, look. They must have made like a temporary track just to get it here, I reckon, for the museum. Unless it was positioned here, I don't know. Possibly. This is possibly where they found, like, after the war. This is where it was, and they just cut the track off. I don't know. Big old too late. There's the rockets it fires, the ammo. We can go up the top of there in a minute. Got an original bunker here. Oh, sadly we can't get in there. There's stairs to go down. But I don't want to get kicked out. Dutch Reichsbahn Berlin. Leopard. What a tool. Maybe. I think this would have possibly targeted the ships, the boats, because the sea line is literally just here. Not too sure, because I don't think they'd waste ammunition on aircraft, because they'd be missing a lot of the shots. I'm guessing that was for the huge ships. Exit. Don't know exit. I think I've come the wrong way. I should have gone through the thing first. Minefield. Obviously there's no mines there. These would have been on the seafront, these. You can see how, like, sort of, not coral, what is it? It's grew on it. A bit like what you see on the seabed. Yeah, there's shells and everything in there, look. So these would have been across the beach to prevent our infantry basically getting onto the beach. Look, like that. And then obviously as the water the tide comes in and stuff, things grow on it, like shells and everything. Seashells. For your safety, stand behind barriers. Huge little tank thing behind me, I'll just let them do their thing. Don't want to intrude on their day. But yeah, that was a miniature little German tank. This was the second form of barricade, the concrete ones. No matter how much the tanks hit it, it'd just jam in the ground. Good design really. Obstacles, defence placed on the beaches to counter Allied landings. They were part of an entire defensive system that included barbed wire, Rommel asparagus, stakes and Belgian gates. Most of these obstacles were booby-trapped at the base. Missiles. Stuka bomb, that is. It's called a Stuka. Quite clever, ain't I? Really. Can read. Little bunker there. There is jotted around. I'm going to try and get some of them after. A load of bunkers. I've just got to take every step as it comes really. Decide what to do as I go. I did have a plan in mind, but you know, I'd cram too much in. It's impossible to do everything I wanted to. But I'm going to come back next year. We're going to do the proper D-Day experience. It's a 5.5 hour drive. I think I need to go back around the front through the, because this is toward like an exit. Bear with me. Yeah, that was a proper military officer outside. Had a gun on him and everything. Obviously, with what's going on in the world, this would be a target, wouldn't it, really? Exit, I don't know, exit. We'll go up there in a minute and have a look. Okay, so go this way. She says follow the blue arrows on the floor. Structure of it, man. All proper reinforced. I thought them letters was concrete. It's actually metal. That O there, look at the bottom of the O. It's all rotten. Took some gunfire though, this has. All these chunks missing. It's obviously been, look. Remains of a Canadian shell, yeah. Remains of Canadian shell fired during Operation Undergo at the liberation of the Cap Greenes sector. So that's an actual shell. Part of a shell fired by the Canadians. Mate. Can I get a bit of that rust off? Take it home. Right. How thick the walls are and they're reinforced. Let's get in. No dilly-dallying around, let's get in there. I don't know what these hooks was for. Maybe to, they might have had big coils of barbed wire chained here, like, you know, big bundles of barbed wire all around the perimeter. Stop them with ladders and stuff like that. I don't really know. That's my guess. Barbed wire anchors, 8. Possibly. Lots of limestone. Yeah, I spotted this when I first started planning my trip. It's a big old shell. But I've sort of drove past it yesterday. I lost my bearings a little bit. Big old solid doors. Okay, so we are here. I'll have to follow the blue arrows, so I'll come out there later. Survive, follow the blue arrows and the numbers. Yes, Sergeant. Oh, I just think, man, this was proper, full of army troops back in the day, and obviously the Germans, like. Level 2 down there. Please pause and screenshot if need be. The Todt battery. Designs prepared by the engineer Fritz Todt as part of an Operation Sea Lion, the planned invasion of England, August 1940 to autumn 1941, construction of the blockhouse by the Todt organisation, September 29th, liberation of the Cap Greenes by Canadian 3rd Infantry. For any other people that watch, try and get all the languages in. This was the construction of it. That construction, the blockhouse. Look at all the mixers, all the concrete mixers. Rebar frames. The rocks. Oh, okay, that's a mixer. They'd push all the mixers up on a wooden frame, pour it in. So it took 1940, it took about a year to build it. That'll be where the main turret gun is, what we'll see in a minute, bolted down to that. Assembly of the firing cabin pivot, which enabled it to be rotated. That'll be this, so it could spin round on that. Assembly of the firing cabin, armoured steel, weighing approximately 500 tonnes. Arrival and assembly of the gun barrel and the firing cabin, approximately 100 tonnes. Wall finish that protected the cabin, 24th of December 1940. Visit to the site by Adolf Hitler, accompanied by his German dignitaries. There it is. There's the main gun. Camouflaged it with netting. Camouflage of the block horse using nets or trompe-l'oeil devices. House painted on the bunker and the placement of false trees around it. So they painted it like a house. They put devices up, so basically they built a fake house, I'm guessing. And actually on the front there, look, they painted it like a house. Let's try and disguise it and put fake trees. There, look. Can't believe it, would you? Sorry about the lighting, guys. None of that's English, so I can't read it. Some secret little area through there. Staff only. solid doors. Proper doors. Ladder there. Kitchen. Field kitchen and various accessories. It was transported by truck. See everything in crates, look. Food, they'll probably have fresh food bought every day, wouldn't they? And a chef there, look, cooking. Huge pots. They'd all have the little mess tin. Guessing they mainly lived on soup. Eggs for breakfast. Very rare German case containing 500 eggs for the soldiers' meals. Piece of ham there curing. Huge pots and ladles. Obviously for the mass amount of troops, they would mainly just make soup, wouldn't they? But the oven there, tremendous. Feed the wood in the bottom. I believe the gun hopefully is up the top there. Unless it's gone. Air combat of August 22nd, 1940. Pilots. Part of a cabin there off a plane. The glass hatch. Pretty sure that it's like a signal. They wind it up and it makes a whining noise to alert people that the plane's moving. Or bomber pilot with summer flying clothing, so they'd have the lighter clothing in the summer. That's what we seen yesterday. Navigation kit. Officer's wardrobe. Section of a German mine. LMB dropped by aircraft at low level, produced in 1943. 2,116 pounds, so about 2 tonne, 2.5 tonne. Don't know how these used to work, to be honest. I know they explode on impact, but there's got to be some sort of trigger mechanism, ain't there? There's electricals in the bottom of there. Huge shell. High command pilot. Cockpit and stick. Landing gear of a Messerschmitt 110. Good engineering. Member of the Royal Air Force, aerial navigation. Okay, so he'd be communicating with all the pilots, wouldn't he? Different channels. Nowadays they've got like a sonar screen, haven't they? Of a cockpit and stick of the Spitfire. A bit more high advanced by the looks of it. Landing gear off the Spitfire there. RAF escape string vest, it could be transformed into an escape rope. Okay. Some sort of lantern, kind of. Don't know what that is. Oh, kite. I don't think that would carry the weight of a person, really. Yeah, it's a kite. It says on the side. C4. German exploder used by resistance. Oh, I think that's a detonator, actually. Old newspapers. 1943. The Japanese attack. Guessing this is like what a little command hut would have been. You know them concrete things we've seen outside, possibly. They'd have a little setup like this for the little command things. The lookout towers. I can't get my words out. MP40 there, is he? Oh no, Sten. I don't think there's any replicas in here. I don't think there would be, would they? Level 1. Okay, so I do have to go up here. Look at the steel works. Good structure. Oh, you know what, guys? The main big gunner finger's gone. It would have been in there. Unless it is upstairs. Nah, it would have been here. On this circle thing in the middle. By looking at the pictures, some of the pictures I've seen, it looked like he was still here, like. Horses. Anvil. Forging their own horseshoes. Couple of gunners there. It's amazing. Horse-drawn gun carriage. My gaffer had one of these. Half tracks them called, I think. Yeah, that's how they get their fuel, look. Pump it out. German telescopic radio antenna, that at the back there. Some tools. Oh boy. French gun model 98, recovered in 1940 during Blitzkrieg, reused by the Germans until 1945, 75mm calibre. Nine cartridges to 75mm, them are them. So that there, 5 of these, spotter scope. Just overwhelmed with the construction of it, like. Only took a year. Tremendous. Oh, bike there. You've got some sort of rocket launcher on the side. Probably fire these little things. Panzer. That's a Panzer. German anti-tank gun, 37mm calibre. So yeah, they impact the tanks, probably 2 or 3 of them. And they blow the sidewall out of the tank and kill them all. Kill all the drivers in there. Or maybe land a good shot at the turret. Madness, man. Cannon flak 38. Oh, that netting and catch all the ammo as it fires it. Spits the ammo out, them are them. 20mm flak munitions. I believe the yellow ones are high explosive. Like, what do you call it? Exploding impact, like. The black with the yellow thing, incendiary or whatever you call it, set on fire. Man, that's some equipment, that is. Yeah, flak 98, 20mm calibre anti-aircraft gun weighing 420 kg, a range of 2,200 metres, a firing rate 180 to 220 rounds per minute. Mate. Yeah, anti-aircraft gun. Okay, so that's the 38, and that is the flak 30. More transportable, so that would just be positioned in one location, this one. But that could be moved, transported. That would be used mainly for tanks, obviously being situated in one area. And that would be used for aircraft, take down the aircraft. Spare barrels there, if one gets too hot. Sometimes they're glowing red, aren't they? You know, if they're constantly firing it, it'd be glowing red, maybe melt and warp the barrel. So got replaceable barrels there. Pack 40, 75mm calibre, weighing 14.25 kg, 14 rounds per minute. They'd have to manually load that. Again, that tail on the back, that wedges in the ground, sort of stop it rocking back with the kickback, the recoil. Some tripods there, a few tools. Old motorbike. I believe that gun in the front is a Thompson. WLC 750, made by Harley Davidson, USA, for the Canadian Army. Some Bren ammunition on the back. BX magazines, Bren, 303. Jerry cans, ammo crates. Let's move on to part 2. Fantastic, man, this is. Here he is, the French leader. I forgot his name. French resistance. What's his name again now? Giddy, is he? The chant is, it's all in foreign, that is. I forgot his name. Was it the chief, Franz Geezer? Okay, level 2. Dentist. With dentist equipment. Gas, medikits. Chair. Drill. Yes. medicines, equipment. Hello, baby. Some sort of command there. Digs. Yeah, soldiers camp bedrooms, should I say. Fire pit. Folding beds or bunks, as on a ship. Foam boards are specific to the bunker. Okay. Merci. Bit crowded, man, in some of the places. There's proper old diesel barrels there. Might be beer, actually. 200 litres. Might be beer. The Duke doll dropped the 6th of June 1944. The English called him Rupert and the Americans Oscar. The Allies used to use these paratrooper dummies to cause confusion and chaos among the German troops. Yeah, so they dropped that. I think there's a parachuter. Right, that's clever. Oh, there it is at the top. Fantastic. Old record player, is he? Oh, it's not a record player. It's a mine. It's a mine, that is. Miniature parachute there. Probably send down ammo crates, medikits. Like a care package, basically. That green crate, I reckon. Yeah, care package, parachute. BMW bike. Yeah, a lot of the signs here, there's not many of them are in English, it's all German. So I can't really read much, unfortunately. Big old engine. That's like what we seen in that other bunker yesterday. I'm guessing, I thought it was off some sort of tank or something, but I'm guessing that's just basically a generator to power the whole site. Do you know what I mean? That'd be running on diesel and it'd power all the lights and stuff. I believe these are all original lights. You've got to get power from somewhere. I'm not sure if that's beer. I think it would have been beer then, for the troops. Not sure if that would have been for heating, them pipes, or maybe a water feed. Don't know, I'm guessing heating throughout the bunker. At one end there might have been a big fire or something, or a boiler, gas oil. So that would have fed the Jenny, wouldn't it? Fantastic. Another living quarters, officer's room. Backup air filter to clear the air. Okay. Gets too muggy, open that and they get a fresh air vent through. Emergency phone. I think them white things are humidifiers. The museums put them in to stop the damp and the mould, I'm guessing. All his books there, paper, beer. beds. Fantastic. Gallery. Some sort of tunnel. This, I think, exit through there. They crawl through here to get to the gun. To get to the gun, I think, I reckon. Yeah. Not too sure. It was reached via this passage. Yeah. This gallery was also used as an emergency exit. So they'd have to crawl through there. Obviously, they'd probably do a shift change, you know what I mean? 15-hour days, or I don't know. Constantly on it, like. But yeah, they crawl through there to get to the main gunner. There it is. I'm really gutted that it's not here. I thought it would have still been in position. This, I believe, is an armoury, where you come and see this geezer to get your ammo for the day or whatever. Oh, yes. Armourer. Should come here if your rifle's knackered or for your ammunition, probably a medipack for the day. You know, replenish all your equipment, what you need. I've got a chain of them bullets there. I've got a chain of them. About 25 on. They've been fired, obviously. No. Yeah, that is the armoury. I think that's about it, guys, for this place. Fantastic, nonetheless. Okay. Lovely. That would have been on a boat, wouldn't it? Definitely. Signal man. There's all these signals. Yeah, definitely. Soldier of 1940. I'll tell you about this one. I'm guessing a signal man, like on the deck of a boat, you know, waving all the flags about. Designer, organiser of the French engineer, DT, design technology. So he'd map out all the plans for structures of the building. Very important guy he is. He's got France on his shoulder and the swastika on his chest. That don't make sense. Proper protractor and everything, man. Mint. Soldier of 1940. These would have been the ones that are on the beach in the trenches and that. Proper foot soldier. Telephone he's got. Saw. Cutting wood. Obviously for the fires they had to stay warm somehow, didn't they? Toiletries. Tobacco. Bedding. So that'd probably be, that you see there is probably a soldier's kit. What you carry all in that thingy. All them little loose items will probably get in that tin. Sort of like his backpack really, then he's got his mylar blanket, his down sheet. Possibly the beige one, they'd use that as his tarp, wouldn't they? Look, wax canvas. Member of organisation. Kind of like foreman then, around the camp, in this bunker like. Typical brown nose, them kind of. Office wallers. Look at that fag box there. Proper silver. That's beautiful, that is. I've got some of them notes in my old collection. Fritz. Claude Davis. Carpenter. He's spirit level, plane, tape measure. Angle finders and shit. Excuse my language. Forgot the name of it. Square. Yeah, square. Sentinel of organisation. Right, that's a tool. Look at that. I believe this is where that's in its original place. There'll be like a side tunnel, and you can see the beach probably. Just follow these. Slide it in there. You'd have one aiming and firing it. There's the looking scope there. One aiming and firing it. The next one chucking in his ammo. Preloading them up. Skoda 47mm tech used along the French coast of the Atlantic War by the German army. Yeah, this is in its original place by the looks of it. Machine gun MG34 of Fortress Cal 7.9mm, 800 rounds per minute, used under armoured or concrete clock, 2mg. All the food. Oxos, fried bentos, corned beef, Quaker oats, mint, chocolate, custard, birds, Coleman's mustard. Fantastic. Another cross there, like we seen yesterday. That the Jews then before they get a proper headstone. Canadian. Very sad. Ration packs. I'm guessing that's like kind of a medic box. That's a cleanliness box. Panair ambulance. Yeah, ambulance thing with that. Ration packs, bandages, sterile utensils. Machete. flare gun. Wibbly. That's outside. Locomotive machinist. So he would have been on the trains then. Feeding the coal by the looks of it. Beautiful model that is. Some of the shells, what would have been fired from here. Guessing that's how they used to load them up. K5 breech opening crank. Okay. A little unsure about that. Okay, so them wooden cases would have carried the shells. They would have been stacked in a pickup truck probably. Yeah, here's a model of where we're at. There's the gun. Yeah, they would have had a train line coming in with the ammo there. Okay, so around the side, where this grass starts here, we walk down here to some steps through that door. Through that door there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On the fourth hole around the side, that's where the train rail was. Service road. MG42. Beast of a gunman. Different helmets. German. French then. Command communication things. Luger. P08. Batterie There's a little truck there with empty shells, so maybe they'd reuse them. Obviously being brass, very expensive material. Some of the soldiers there with the children before they leave. Seen that picture yesterday, he's in the actual barrel. Mortars. Panzer. Tank destroyer. Yeah, Scorpion. The Jews with chains on to drive through the minefields. My battery's on 5%. We're actually virtually done now anyway. I will quickly switch my battery. Switch my battery, guys, and we'll go up onto that big flak gun thing. But yeah, beautiful place, man. Fascinating. See you shortly. Gonna have to record the outro with my phone, guys, unfortunately, because my camera's overheated. Took some good shots, this has. Big hole there for the armour plate. 25 of these rail-mounted Navy artillery guns were manufactured in Essen by Krupp Steel in 1941. 5 guns, such as this one, were based in Boulogne and Calais. That's where we're at. They were moved by a railway line linking the two towns and providentially defence. 2 known examples are still in existence, this one and the one in the United States. So there's only ever 2 left. This one and one in America. Tell you something, this is a once in a lifetime experience, this is. Again, for all the gamers out there, remember the Call of Duty map with one of these in? I see which game it was now. Probably a Modern Warfare. But there's the winch, look, they'd winch up them crates with the ammo on, 3 of them. Looks like there would have been like train rail, look, see, little miniature rail. Leading to this feed house here, they'd feed it. Slide it in, lock it in. Look at that. Definitely to destruct all the ships, this was. Look, there's some ships there. Mate, I'll take that right out in one shot. Crank it to the left a bit, to the right. Bosh, yeah. Big old shells. I don't know what the thread's for at the back. Possibly the firing pin, whatever. I'm not really sure. But what a tool, man. Look at that for a view, eh? Yeah, that's it, guys, for this place. Absolutely tremendous. Look at that beautiful sea. Beautiful colours, man. I thought that was England then, it hides the clouds. Pretty sure when I was driving down here, I could see England Yeah, I can over there. Try and zoom in. Can just about see. Just above that tree line. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it very much. This, oh mate, breathtaking. I was so gutted last night. I got to the hotel. Obviously I chose a bad hotel. I ended up having to get a refund, which is going to take a month to process. What was it, 50 odd euro. So it was disgusting, the place. Wi-Fi was terrible. It stunk. Just couldn't stay there. I had a bad experience with the manager. Bit of a fool, really. But yeah, my plans are today. I haven't really eaten anything for the past 2 days. Just been eating snacks, mini cheddars and stuff like that. So my plan is now, this is my first location today. But I don't want to burn myself out, so I'm going to try and find some digs, get booked in, checked in, have a shower. Then I'm going to go and have a bit of me time. You know, go do a bit of shopping, find a nice little town or a village, get me a nice French dinner, because I haven't tried any food here yet. So, thanks for watching guys. I will see you on the next one. No doubt we'll be at another location a bit later on. What a beautiful church, cathedral or somewhere. We'll find something nice for you. Catch you soon. Thank you.